Hi, everyone. It's Thursday, March 31st. I hope you had a great Wednesday yesterday. We're looking at this chapter 11 in the book of Mark. It starts with Palm Sunday and then slides into the day after when he cleanses the temple. He's a different kind of king. He's a king for all nations, right? For all people. This kingdom that we live in, we live in the very power of God, and God hears our prayers. We looked at that yesterday. And now at the end of this chapter, the question of Jesus' authority is going to come up yet again. All right, and he's going to teach us something. It's come up again and again in the book of Mark, right? His authority and so forth, and it comes up again. So let's see what he's trying to teach us through these recorded words in the book of Mark. All right, they arrived again in Jerusalem, and so they were staying in Bethany. They arrived again in Jerusalem. And while Jesus was walking in the temple courts, the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders came to him. By what authority are you doing these things? They asked. And who gave you authority to do this? So it's this authority question again. Now, Jesus has answered this numerous times. It's like when they kept seeking another sign, right? Every miracle Jesus did was a great sign, right? And yet they kept wanting a sign from him. It was never enough, right? Jesus replied, I will ask one question. I'll ask you one question. Answer me, and I will tell you by what authority I'm doing these things. And so, why they were again trying to catch him in his words, and so he kind of, so he was going to, in a sense, catch them in their words. John's baptism, was it from heaven or from men? Tell me. And so he asked them this question about authority. John's baptism, from heaven, from God, or from people? And of course, this is what they discussed it among themselves and said, if we say from heaven, he'll ask them, why didn't you believe him? But if we say from men, they feared the people, for everyone held that John was really a prophet. So they were stuck. If we say it from God, why didn't we follow him? If we say it was from men, the people get ticked off because they think he's the real deal. So he catches them in their words, right? So they answered Jesus, we don't know. Jesus answered, neither will I tell you by what authority I'm doing these things. We don't know. So, I read through this, and part of you says, well, why didn't you just tell him you do this in the very authority of God? Well, I suppose it would have given him ammunition to put him on the cross, right? He claims to be in the power of God. How dare he do that? But I think there's something else going on here, right? He had time and again given them signs and wonders and declared himself to be the Son of Man, right? All these things. He had declared himself to be the Messiah. He had declared, and he had shown it by sign after sign, and they still wanted more. They still wanted more. I think the message here for us who follow Jesus is we always seem to want more. We always seem to want another sign of God's work in our life. And usually it's something we make up, right? We always want a sign of God's power and something we make up. We want another. In a sense, we want God to jump through a hoop again, so we believe him. And I think that the message here to us is that Jesus is not going to give us another one, right? We have in another place he talks about the resurrection that anyone who looks for another sign besides that, they're an adulterous generation. He says the great sign is the sign of the resurrection. He gives us this, and he gives us Palm Sunday. He gives us everything that we need, right? And so it's a call to a place of faith and to now live in it. To always say we need to have more. He needs to prove to us more and more and more and more. It's not the place that we thrive in, but rather the place of faith that his Spirit touches our hearts. We receive it. And we don't ask for another sign anymore. We don't ask for more proof of his authority. We don't need it. And it's always we're kind of asking God then to give us this great sign when he's given us everything already. And so I think that's the point here, that Jesus says, no, enough's enough. You've got everything you need. It's kind of like when he told this story. It's not the Lazarus that he raised from the dead. It's a story about another Lazarus, and it's not a true story. It was a parable he told. But this guy died, and the rich man that wouldn't help him, he died and went to hell. And the rich man says to God, "Send Lazarus back to him, so he can warm to earth, so he can warn my brothers." And the Lord says to this rich man, "Hey, If they're not going to believe the prophets, they're not going to believe somebody if he came back from the dead. You see, it's a place of faith to receive everything that God has done for us. The greatest sign, the greatest reality is the empty tomb. There it is. And as God's Spirit touches our hearts to receive it and to live in it, that he is the King who has come. And he has come for all people, a different kind of king. And we live in his power. And we in that power we pray and he hears us. And we don't need any more authority, any proof of authority. This is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and we are empowered to live in that every day. Would you pray with me? Dearest Jesus, so often we think we need more from you to prove yourself, but you've already proven yourself beyond measure. And so we pray every day that your Spirit would touch our hearts, that we might receive this truth and rejoice in it, and then go about living in your kingdom, remembering that you have come for all people, and now you have sent us into the world so that all might know you. Pray in your name. Amen. All right, we'll see you Sunday and then next week maybe. May God be with you. Bye-bye.